What is up, everybody? You know, I always start these shows off by showing love to those companies that help make this podcast possible. First is my friends over at VETO Pro Pack, the tool bags that work. Guys, it is getting to be the end of their two-tier promotion. It is May 28th. You got till the 31st, so you only have a few days. If you are going to buy a VETO tool bag, go on there and get it done. You're going to get one of these free bags with your purchase. I don't know exactly what qualifies in each tier. It will be labeled wherever you buy it. But if you get something that's in the tier 1, so buy any tier 1 product, you're going to get a free SPMC, compact zippered service tool pouch, valued at $160. You're going to get this thing for free. It's brand new in 2025. If you get yourself something in the tier 2, buy any tier 2 product and get a free SC45, a small semi-rigid multifunctional pouch valued at $90. This is also new in 2025. Guys, there's nothing better than getting something free when you're going to spend money anyway. So if anybody's looking before summer to, hey, I'm going to go get a new bag, then go, you might as well get something for free when you do it. Yeah, go get that tier 1 stuff, get that tier 2 stuff, get something free. And like I say, man, I don't tell you to buy anything. If you're going to buy a bag, you want something, you want to upgrade before summer, then go do it before May 31st. Get yourself something for free while you do it, a little added value. These things aren't exactly cheap. You know what I mean? I do think VETO makes the best tool bags in the business, but you also get what you pay for. They are not cheap. They are the tool bags that I trust. I have many of them that I bought with my own money, not even just the free ones, and it's all that I use. All right, so if you're out there looking for a tool bag, go check out my friends over at VETO Pro Pack. Remember, the tool bags that work. With this one, let me change your socks. Even Mr. Rookie, where is he at in here tonight? Mr. Rookie, I'll never spend that kind of money on socks. Never. Well, guess what he did? Yeah, I talked to him this week, and he bought some socks. So how about that? Even Rookie in here slamming me for the last, as long as I've had this as a sponsor, I'm not spending that kind of money on these damn socks. And look who bought the socks. Guys, I am telling you, these socks are fucking legit. I've never been a person like that. I just wore whatever sock. I mean, I had nice socks, but I never bought specialized socks for work. Yes, I always want to buy nice boots. I get buying comfortable boots. You're on your feet all day. You're in the field. You're doing work. You should have comfortable boots. Well, you should be worrying about the socks you put in there. We're getting ready to go into the summer months. Some of you are already in the summer months, and you take your foot out and your sock smells like Bigfoot's asshole. Well, guess what? That doesn't have to happen. These socks will keep your foot dry all day long. You'll take your foot out. They're going to be dry. They're not going to smell funky. These socks are absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, I was shocked. I was expecting them to send me these socks, and then I was going to be like, yeah, it's a joke. I'm not going to do this. Well, look, even Kraus is on there. You know, we all trust that. Red-haired, strawberry blonde man. Come on. These socks are legit, guys. They really, really are. I'm not saying go fill your dresser drawer with all these socks, but when it comes to work, I would give them a try. They're well worth it. And to be honest, because I'm always honest with you, and this doesn't even help me, they have a 20% off discount code that you can get to get your first pair. My discount code is only 10%. So if you're going to go buy them, just try them. Use the 20% off, save more money. Doesn't help me at all without using my discount code, but I'd rather you guys get 20% off than 10%. If you decide to go back after the fact, then use my discount code if you don't mind. But if you only buy them once, then hey, I'd rather see you guys get more money off. After your first purchase and you get your 20% off, your 25% off, whatever it is here, then you can use the discount code Uncensored 10 and save 10% on your order. All right. One more, and then we'll get on with the show. Is my friends over at Yellow Jacket. Guys, Yellow Jacket is trying to make a comeback to get their piece of the pie when it comes to this market. And one thing that I think that they absolutely knocked out of the park is the Titan Max Digital Manifold. I have been using this every day for I cannot tell you how long. I have had one since its conception before it was released to the public. And this thing is built like a tank. I am all about using them, beating them up, because I want them to work. I want them to be durable. To me, durability is one of the most important things. You know, I would say right after functionality. Obviously, I needed to do all the things I needed to do to be able to have accurate pressures and superheat and subcooling and temperatures and all that kind of stuff. Function, and then I want it to be durable. I'm not going to have it sitting there in a glass molded case because, I don't want anything to happen to it because it's going to break. One thing I can say about this thing is durable. It's built like a tank. It's ergonomic. The screen is great. They have updated their app. It also works with Measure Quick if you want to use it that way. Yellow Jacket has done all kind of updates to their app to make all this kind of stuff connect. You can buy this kit in 4 different ways. So I say if you're going to go look at it at your local supply house, which I always say buy local, make sure that you're comparing apples to apples. If you are just getting the manifold alone, it is within $50 of any of the competitor manifolds. So if they tell you, oh, it's $1,200 and the other one's $650, they're not giving you apples to apples. I'm telling you that for a fact. I know all the prices in the market, and that's not close. That means you're getting this with the hoses and the wireless clamps and the book bag and all this stuff. All right. So just make sure that you are comparing apples to apples if you're out there looking for a manifold. And once again, I will never tell you guys what to buy. All I say is if this summer you're looking to upgrade your manifold, you're looking to make a change, give my friends over at Yellow Jacket a look. I really think that you'd be pleased with it. If you got any questions, please feel free to email me. You can do it at info@HVACuncensored.com or the old one, HVACuncensored@gmail.com. And remember, 75 years of expertise built into every tool. On to the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless the United States, and thank you to all those men and women who defend it.
Welcome to the #1 rated HVAC podcast. If you're looking to grow in the HVAC industry, then you're in the right spot. Blue collar people talking about blue collar shit. Let's get better together. So turn up the volume, buckle your seatbelt, and let's welcome your host, Gil Cavey Jr.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. I'm your host, Gil Cavey Jr. Here we are, another Wednesday, another hump day, and another amazing show for you guys. First and foremost, I hope everybody had an amazing Memorial Day weekend. Get a little rest and relaxation, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I always say this, even though it's after the day, make sure that you remember what you're celebrating when it comes to Memorial Day. Freedom isn't free. All right. People gave their lives so that we can live the way that we do, that we can have the free will that we have. And some people forget that. All right. So always remember, freedom isn't free. Memorial Day is for the people, the men and women that laid down their lives for this country. So just know the difference between Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and all that kind of stuff. All right. All right. You like my O's hat? Even though the O's suck this year. My son, look at that. He bought me a hat. He was like, hey, Dad, I got you something. I was like, did I pay for this somehow? But no, he got me a present. So how about that? That's mighty nice of him. Anyway, let's say what's up to some people here in the chat. Mr. Sammy Andrew, what is up, my brother? Mr. Joe's twin brother. I think that's the first time I've seen you in here, man. If maybe I've missed it, but thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Mr. Jason Johnson, what is up, my man? Mr. Froggy, what's up, brother? Thank you for being in here. Mr. Just Work, what is up, Rody? Let's see who else we got in here. Did I miss anyone? I think that is it for now. So if anybody else comes in after the fact, I will say what's up to you. Yeah, man, it's been a crazy week. Do a little catch up here before we get into the topic. Yeah, man, it's oh, it's Pat. Okay, gotcha. It's nasty. What's up, brother? Oh yeah, I see the logo's the same. Gotcha. You can't be twisting me up like that. I'm like I remember my own name. You twisting your name. No, it's all good. Now I know who it is. Hope everybody's had a great week so far, man. Like I said, you enjoyed your weekend. I'm doing good, man. Wasn't really posting there for a little bit. I kind of had to back off, man, and just reset. As a lot of you know, I'm going through some things in life, but it's all good, man. I'm happy. Things are getting back on track. Things are figuring themselves out as they do. I'm truly blessed. God blesses me, so I'm thankful for that every single day. Things are finally working themselves out, so that's always good. The job has been awesome, man. I love the opportunity I'm at. So if some of you don't know, I am the general manager at a company named Carroll Mechanical. It says mechanical, but we are residential, but an awesome company, man. Some amazing people. Company is booming. The foundation is it's like a fucking springboard. I mean, we're literally gonna blow up. It's just a matter of time. So I'm super, super excited about this opportunity. So I've been putting in a lot of time. It's a little bit of traveling. So, so I'm not getting home till late. Slowly starting to work out the schedule a little bit better. I heard Jason Johnson, some people talking about rain. It's been raining here in Maryland like all fucking day. And it's supposed to stop tomorrow and then start right back up Friday and Saturday. But obviously nobody can drive when it rains. So traffic was horrible. So, I live closer to Washington, D.C. now. I am going to be moving back towards Baltimore, where I'm from, but travel sucks. I got to go on all the roads that nobody wants to go on, so it takes me like an hour and a half plus to get home every day, and that kind of sucks. So that's why some of these shows are starting a little after 8. Didn't really have an excuse before because I was home and I was still starting late, so I guess now I finally kind of have one. It is what it is. But anyway, I want to talk a topic for a long time because I hear about people talking about these things, and I'm not necessarily sure how I feel one way or the other. But when it comes to brand loyalty, all right, everybody has it. I guarantee everybody listening and every one of you in the chat, you are loyal to a brand in one form or the other, whether it's in the HVAC field, it's not. Maybe you're a Ford guy, a Chevy guy, a Dodge guy, whatever it is, everybody is loyal to a particular brand. So everybody that's in the chat right now, if there's one brand that you would say you're a brand loyalist to, what brand would that be? Exactly, Jason. Exactly. I can't lose my shtick, man. Start at 8 o'clock like some kind of fucking schmuck. Who do you think I am? You're a Milwaukee guy, Dewalt guy. Carrier's the best. Okay, so Mopar. We got Jason is a Mopar guy. Pittsburgh. What do you mean by Pittsburgh, Nasty? Like football, like Steelers, Pittsburgh, the brand. All right, VETO, Dewalt. Okay. Timu. I don't know if I would be a brand loyalist to Timu there, Sam, but whatever, float your boat. Klein. All right. There we go. All right. Well, let me ask you this. Why? Any one of you, that particular brand, why are you a loyalist to that specific brand? Oh, yeah, Nasty. I know it's Harbor Freight. I didn't know. I figured that's what you meant. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. I think Pittsburgh is one of I tell guys when they get socket sets, I think that's one of the best socket sets to tell people to get. Some Pittsburgh stuff has a Craftsman warranty. It's a lifetime warranty like Craftsman. So, and I want to say this, and let's say gets the job done and has minimal issues. All right. And when you say that, Jason, you're talking about Mopar or Vever. What is Vever? Vever. Feel a little fruity when I say that, but man, I got something in my damn throat and I can't get it to go away. I get it. If I had to say something, if I had to, I would say that I'm more of a Milwaukee person, not because I dislike DeWalt. I started buying Milwaukee and I got so deep in the platform, the batteries are interchangeable. It never made sense for me to go to DeWalt. I don't think like DeWalt shit. I may joke around and stuff like that, but I don't think Dewalt's like an inferior product. It's, kind of like jokes aside. Um, and to be honest, for me in the HVAC market, I get why people are in love with Fluke, but I think for HVAC, especially residential like commercial, that field piece makes the best meter. And I know that you're anti field piece, Jason, and I understand why, but I do think that they make the best meter that's the best bang for your buck. I currently have the field piece. I want to say it's like the 680, 660 or something like that. It's whatever the best meter that they make, or at least at the time it was. It does everything I need to do, has that like adjustable swivel head, the magnet on the back. It's good with DC voltages. And I do think that Fluke makes good meters. I just think for what they make for like HVAC, is just overpriced. I think you're paying for the Fluke name, not necessarily the features you're getting. I know that FC, whatever that came out, there really wasn't anything fancy, and it was like $300. So Fluke is definitely good meters. I'm not sitting here saying that they're not, but I just think for HVAC, they don't make an all-in-one meter that is decent and reasonable, in my opinion. Man, I've got this. Man, I'm going to mute for a second. Man, I could not get that to go out. I get, I do think VETO tool bags are the best. I do believe in them. I use them all the time. I think it's because of the quality that they have. Yes, they're not cheap, but we also all know that, you get what you pay for. So I get they're a little expensive, but all the bags that I've had are still together. None of them are broken. And I've had VETOs for years now. I mean, I have some of their original bags when I first remember them being launched. All right, so Froggy says the field piece meters used to have issues. Now the new gen, the 680, 480 are okay. Yeah, I agree. VETO is superior to everyone. And I get most people, their only complaint when it comes to VETO is going to be they're expensive. And I get it. Some of those bags are not cheap, and you get in some of those big boys. I mean, you're talking $400 or $500 for a tool bag. But then these are the same people. Like, if you guys saw my one video in my new Dodge Ram, I went and got pack outs. I like Milwaukee, and I'm like, everybody's raging over these pack outs, which they are cool. But I think they're too fucking expensive for what they are, though. I mean, I spent $700 for what I put in my truck for glorified fucking plastic. I love the setup. Don't get me wrong. I'm digging the setup. I love it, but $700 for that just seems a little fucking unreal to me, to be honest. But maybe that's just me. I get the organization. I get everybody likes it. We're actually at my company. We're actually the brand new vans we're getting. We're not even upfitting them anymore. Well, we're upfitting them. We're doing the ladder rack, refrigerant rack, and the partition in the middle. And then we're just going to do all the Milwaukee pack outs, because even the pack outs are going to be probably cheaper than the upfits. And I think the upfits are just, as far as the shelving, I think most of the shelving packages, they're just kind of old school. It's a lot of dead space and shit you can't use. So a lot of people rather do the pack outs. So that's what we're going to do from now on. Let's see. Hey, Froggy, what you said is pressure transducer's refresh rate could be better. Which brand are you talking about, buddy? So when it comes to like refrigerant gauges, what's your guys' brand? Who are you using? Are you a Yellow Jacket, a Field Piece, a Testo, a Navac, a JB? There's a whole bunch of offerings nowadays. Is there a brand that you're loyal to? Are you just kind of using what you have? You seeing what works? What is your go-to these days? Damn it. Son of a bitch. I have literally I used to love Testo, man. I used to have 4 pairs. I haven't tried the new Testo, so to be fair, I used to have 4 pairs of the Testo 550s back in the day. All 4 of them blew the high side transducer. All 4 of them. And one of them, okay, man, I get it, but all 4 of them, and I know how to use a manifold. I mean, it's yeah, I had a problem. So that's when I started steering away from Testo. I made some comments on a podcast years ago. They were supposed to send me some rebuild kits so that I'd stop saying that. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll do that. And they never sent them to me. So that's why I've kind of been like, fuck Testo. But before that, I used to love their products. I used to have I had a bunch of their stuff. Like I said, manifolds, combustion analyzers. I had a bunch of Testo products and I just stopped buying it after that. All right, we got a bunch of Testo people. That's funny to see that. I mean, it's cool, but I was expecting to see some other brands in there. So we got one field piece and we got a bunch of Testos. So the people that are using Testo, what about Testo makes you want to go that way? What about that brand makes you loyal to it? I would really love to try some of the new. I haven't tried much of Navax. I was supposed to get one of their free manifolds because of being at the HVAC Tactical Awards, but I never did. So nice, Froggy. So for the audio people, Mr. Froggy said I got field piece yellow jacket, trying Navac and Testo now. I know some of my friends like Mr. Mike Flynn and Mr. Jeff J. Dem, HVAC, using the JB ones now. Attaboy, Sammy. And I agree with you. You can argue with me when it comes to manifolds, but Yellow Jacket makes the best hoses, and that's not even a debate. I'm sorry. It's not a debate. Okay. I'm glad you said that though, Nasty. So for the audio people listening, Mr. Nasty said Testo probes were cheaper than field piece at United, but he's grown to love them. Okay, so let's have that debate. So where does quality and price, where does that kind of hit a mark for you? So if you're loyal to something, when do they outprice themselves? Because I do think some brands have done that. I think they've made a good product and they know that, and they've started jacking the price up and they've turned people away. Have you guys seen the same thing? Oh, Mr. Rookie said he's stuck at work. So my man Rookie won't be here with us tonight. Trying the field piece hoses out. Oh yeah, I've never really used them. I have not used those ones. I've tried some other ones, and I will say that field piece hoses are absolutely awesome. No, I appreciate that, Jason. And you're right. You're not wrong. So Jason said influencers are going to rave over who is paying the bills. And he says, not saying you're a sellout, Gil. So that's one thing that I have always tried to keep it real with everybody, man, is I I will not blow smoke up your ass about any product because I just won't. And I respect everybody that listens to me, especially all my friends that are in here every week too much to fucking give you bull-faced lies. So even when it comes to Yellow Jacket, I tell everybody, Yellow Jacket, when I first got into the trade, I think owned 70% of the market share. Like they were humongous. You walked to Supply House, that was like the manifold, the manifold that you got. It was the old analog gauges, but that's what it was. There might have been a few JBs, but most of it was Yellow Jacket. I think Yellow Jacket got comfortable and all these other people started coming out and beat them to the punch, and Yellow Jacket lost their market share. And I do think that they're trying to get back into it. I think that they're making the proper steps, because I told them, hey, you can't be late to the party unless your product is going to blow people away. Like the S-Mans were out creating a name for themselves. The Testo 550s were out making a name for themselves. And then they started coming out with the wireless stuff, and Yellow Jacket was coming out just right after them, just a little bit. And the stuff wasn't bad, but it wasn't blowing anybody away. People had already committed to a manifold. It's like, well, I'm not going to buy another one now. I spent all this money on this one. So, and that's what I love about Yellow Jacket is they listen to the feedback because they realize it and they're trying to make things better. And I think that they're on their way. And I really think over the next 5 years or so that Yellow Jacket's going to start releasing some things that's going to put them back in the forefront with some of these products. And I would love, that's why I love to be a part of that. Like, I'm not saying this to sound conceited, but guys, I could be sponsored by a brand like that, a tool manufacturer, whoever I want. And I have chose to stick with Yellow Jacket all these years. And I could be just another person who does field piece, just another person who does testo, or I could be one of those people that helps Yellow Jacket take back their market share. And that's what I want to do. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But at least I know that it wasn't just about me getting some free tools, and I was truly trying to make a difference in something. And that's how I think about it. Yeah, exactly, Jason. Jason said Yellow Jacket was my go-to back in the early days, but they fell by the wayside. I'm glad to see they're making a comeback. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Train and carrier for outrageous parts. I'm going to get into HVAC manufacturers here in a second, and I'm going to finish it off with talking a little bit about the refrigerant stuff, which really chaps my fucking ass. That whole thing with the 454B stuff right now just pisses me the fuck off. But that probably should be its own podcast. Let's see, Mr. Modern Comfort. Oh, thanks for being here, buddy. I saw you pop in. What's up, brother? Did anyone have any of those crappy CPS Chrome and Black? No, I saw them. I didn't have any of them. For the people in audio, Modern Comfort says, did anyone have those crappy CPS Chrome Black Widow gauge set? I'm ashamed to say I had those. They maybe lasted a year. I never had them, but I do remember some people having them. Mr. Jason Johnson says, I am an anti-field piece and Milwaukee, mainly due to their fanboy image. You can almost count on somebody who has a field piece will also have a Milwaukee. Well, I'm breaking your thing, man, because I have Yellow Jacket and Milwaukee. So now what? There you go, Sammy. 75 years of expertise built into every tool. You got that right. Hey, man, you don't got to worry about that, Jason. This isn't about offending. This is about giving your opinion, man. It's why we're in here. This is HVAC Uncensored. Don't come in here, It's not a dick. Don't take it that hard. Everybody's in here to give their opinion. It doesn't matter. Obviously, you guys can. I got to be careful what I say about certain brands because I can get in trouble. You guys can't. But I think there's a lot of good brands out there when it comes to our industry. That's like some people only buy Dodge vans. They won't buy Ford. Some people only buy Ford vans. They won't buy Dodge. Some people only want Chevy vans. And as I've gotten older, it has to make sense financially and it has to do the job that I intended to do. When people talk about vans, there's a bunch of different options. It's about what you can get for a decent price. I have Dodge vans. I have Transit vans. I've seen Mercedes vans. I've seen them all. And when it comes to Ford and Dodge, the most experience I've had with them, the Dodge vans, I've had a shit ton of transmission problems. The Ford vans, I've had a bunch of the back brakes and rotors are problems that cost a shit ton of money because they got to like take the axle off or some shit. So I've had issues with all of them. I think you put so much wear and tear in this industry on vans or vehicles that it doesn't really matter what you get. I will say the old Chevy GMC vans used to be fucking built like a tank. I did like the high roofs or medium roofs for space wise though. I did like them. Mr. Zeke, what is up, my man? You talking to me, Zeke, when you say text me what you said? I agree with the rigid pipe wrenches. I actually have a couple of the aluminum ones. Yeah, aluminum pipe wrenches. I do love them. So let me ask you this. This isn't really a brand thing, but are you on with the pressing, like RLS or Zoom lock? Or are you like old school, like, nope, I got to braze it. I'm not using press fittings. Yeah, see, Jason, though, I've had some of the Dodge vans, though, man. We have some now, and I haven't had any issues with them. I've had a little bit of everything, and I've had issues with a little bit of everything. I'll be honest, man. I mean, I had that Ford F-150 when I was at that last company for a little bit, and they bought it brand new, and they let me pick it out. I mean, that thing was, the 5.0 Coyote engine. I mean, that thing was nice, and as far as specs wise, but that thing had nothing but fucking problems, man. I had nothing but issues, fucking recalls on it. The engine was solid. I do think that out of the V8s, I would say that that V8 is probably the better built out of all of them. Okay. 85-15 brazen for now. What is up, Mr. Kraus? 50-50. We aren't allowed to use press. Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Pro press, mega press, RLS here. Okay. Yeah. So at my company at Carroll, we're using all press fittings for now. Guys still have obviously torches and stuff to do certain things. And then it's pro press. And then I'm trying to get my hands on a mega press. I actually have not used one, but I want one. All right, so let's go. So when it comes to equipment, so HVAC equipment, what is your brand? And I'm going to tell you my opinion on this. Some of you may like it, some of you may not. But this is going to be from a technician and from a running a business owner standpoint. Well, I bet you have to with that 350. And that kind of stuff, I mean, I get it. Those trucks are nice. And especially what you're doing. Obviously, I'm speaking about, I can't buy those trucks for residential guys to ride around in. I agree, Froggy. It is with each gen of truck, it's different issues. You know, like I have a 2023 Dodge Ram that you just gave me. It's the older body style, but you know, the classic, which I'm cool with. It's a work truck. I mean, it's not like it's personal. I'm not going around picking up tail in it. It's everything that I could have want. It has, you know, Apple CarPlay, all that kind of stuff. The nice digital screen. I'm good. But it's the Pentac V6. It's not the Hemi. But I know everybody wants the Hemi engine. The Hemi's nice, but that Hemi is known for knocking, and it's not that great of an engine. Would I want one? Yeah, I would. I'm just being honest, though. I have a Suburban, but that, you know, that 5.3 liter V8 in there is not, you know, even the 6.2 liter, that engine's not known to be a great engine either. So, you know, I mean, they all have issues. So that's what gets me. Sometimes we fight, and I feel like it's 6-1, half dozen the other. Like we fight so much for a brand that we're not really gaining any ground. Yeah. You have to say that, Jason. If you don't say motherfucking Daikin, then you lose your job, dog. There you go, Zeke. Whatever the fucking customer wants. Train, Goodman, Bosch, Daikin. So in the beginning of my career, I did so much Carrier Bryant stuff that I was, you know, and I think Carrier makes good equipment. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not happy with them right now, even though we are Carrier dealers. But all of the major brands, it's all the same shit, man. It really is. Especially if it's easier. I get a technician saying it because you say based on what you work on. Like me, from a business standpoint, I don't mind Train. From a technician standpoint, I was never a fan of Train. I hate how they shove their boards and the air handlers like back in that little thing. And then they have that one sensor that runs around the back. It's always a pain in the dick. But that's just from like a technical thing. Like, hey, I'd rather not work on them. Doesn't mean that I won't. But from a business standpoint, you should sell whatever brand, whatever supply house, whatever they sell, that's going to take care of you. That's going to provide you the product that you need. When you sell a system, you can get it in a reasonable amount of time. When a warranty happens, they take care of the warranty parts. If God forbid, you know, something goes wrong, they take care of you. They give you the technical support. Like that's the brand that you should sell. You know, don't think like, oh, I got to sell this brand because I did sales for a long time, was highly successful in it. And there's 90% of the times the customer never asked me what fucking brand I sold. So that should just show you that brand is not as important as some of us may think it is. When it comes to like inverter technology, yeah, I think like Carrier, Lennox, Train, Daikin, I think that they're a little bit above some of the other ones. Not, you know, I think the Rheems are good, the Rheem and Rude, but how they use the rotary compressor, I just don't think that's as efficient as just the normal scroll. I know some people are hooked on the Bosch stuff. I've done a little bit of it. I don't think I've done enough to really be able to base an opinion one way, but I know some people that love it. I remember when they first came out, they had a bunch of humidity issues. I know a bunch of people that lost their ass on it. Apparently that's all fixed on the new stuff. I've heard that from several people, so that's awesome. I think those Daikin Fit systems, we've been slanging those things, that they are, they're nice. So the normal inside with like the ductless mini split looking outdoor unit, you know, you can get some higher efficiencies. I do think that kind of outdoor unit is going to be the future though. Because as these SEER ratings go up, I mean, we can only get these units so big. I mean, what are we going to have, fucking sheds outside? So I do think that style outdoor unit is something that they're going to move to eventually. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. Exactly, Froggy. All of them break. The only ones that I say I will stay away from is like the Nordine, like the Gibson stuff. I think that's all fucking junk. some of those other kind of like low, I think air temp is fucking garbage. I'm not a fan of microchannel, anything microchannel. So whatever brand has that. I think some of the York stuff still is, even they had that big lawsuit. I don't like them, like the Lux Airs and some of those, even some of the Carrier stuff, the ICP that's all made, even though a lot of it's still similar to Carrier, it's still like you have issues. Like when you buy Comfort Maker's supposed to be out of business, and you know it's the same fucking thing as a Carrier Bryant Payne, but you call the Carrier dealer and you're like, oh, I don't know what that part is. And I'm like, dude, this is the same fucking gas valve that's in the Carrier furnace. Why can't you sell it to me? It's stupid. I believe you, Jason. I believe you. I have no problem with Daikin. To be honest, I would like to try some Daikin residential equipment because I've heard that, Daikin does thing in the Daikin equipment that they don't do in the Goodman line or in the Amana line. And I heard this through the grapevine. Some of you may have heard this, that in the near future, Daikin is trying to separate themselves from the Goodman line. I've heard this from some credible sources, so I'm going to put this out there. Obviously, I won't say who it was. I wouldn't do that to him, but Daikin is going to try to. That's why all the supply houses used to be called Goodman are now all Daikin. They're all Daikin 1, Daikin Comfort, or whatever it is. But that Daikin is going to try to separate themselves from the Goodman name. Goodman is only going to be for like a contractor, builder, like line. They're going to try to push more of the Amana and the actual Daikin equipment. And to be honest, I think that that's a good move. And to be honest, I have nothing but respect for Daikin, how they handled this whole refrigerant change. How they're using R32. R32 doesn't have a problem. And people are panicking, at least people around here. And by the end of this month, I want to say it was probably a week ago, if you weren't signed up to be a dealer with Daikin, they weren't taken anymore. Us at Carroll, we are Carrier dealers and we sell Daikin, and we've had to sell more Daikin. We've been slanging the Daikin fit systems, to be honest, and mainly because of the fucking refrigerant issue, not necessarily because of an equipment issue. Even though fucking sales guy that I talked about last week, fucking Wiles, rocking out a high-end inverter, Carrier inverter Infinity system today, my man. Well, and another thing is, and you guys can let me know if you heard this, is I heard a lot of it is because a lot of people chose 454B because you didn't have to redesign your coils. Some of the R32 coils are smaller, kind of like the R22 coils, whereas R454B could be still like the 410 coils. And a lot of people chose to not redesign equipment, so they chose to stay with 454B versus... Daikin tried to get ahead of it and, redesign theirs. I don't know how much truth is in that. I haven't heard that from a credible source. I've heard from some people, don't know how true it is. But as far as Daikin trying to back off from the Goodman name, I heard that from a credible source. Man. I wish they would have just went to R32. It's a pure refrigerant. I wish that 454B was never an option. Yeah, I do wish that R32 was just the way to go. I wish that's what everybody chose. Like we went from R22, 410. It wasn't a whole bunch of other options. And now the fact there's two, I just think it's stupid. And I was going to touch on the end of the show, but fuck it. Since we're talking about it in the chat now, I'll say it now. The whole 454B tank shortage to me is a bunch of fucking bullshit. They had 2 years to plan for this shit. 2 years ago, they said they were going to do this. We all knew January 1st, 2025, that this shit was coming. Everybody fucking knew. So how are you going to tell me the first fucking summer you don't have tank production? But R32 has tank production, and it's the same fucking tank. It's ridiculous. And then we got suppliers that are like, oh, well, I can only sell it to the people that spend money with us and blah, 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 all this other bullshit. And then when they do get you a jug, it's like $1,200. Go fuck yourself. So that's why, as far as I'm concerned this summer, I'll sell Daikin to the fucking cows come home just for that. And I feel bad for some of these salesmen at these branches, like our carrier sales rep. I think he's doing what he can. I think he just doesn't know. And they don't tell them shit. They're like, yeah, we don't have it. Fucking deal with it. But you know, that's the sad part, man, is when it comes to these fucking refrigerants, there's nothing we can do about it. You got to do what they say. They're going to take your fucking license or you can't work in this field anymore. You know, or it is what it is, but it's fucking dumb. This whole refrigerant thing. So now a bunch of us, especially in Maryland, man, Zeke's in here. He knows these 3 months we have coming up. This could determine whether you end the year in the green or the red. You know, we have 2 months of summer. If we have 3, we're lucky. You need to make the most out of those months. So now when I have the ability to sell all this equipment, I don't know if I'm going to have enough refrigerant to be able to charge it. And this whole, oh, they're going to charge up to 30 feet. Whoop-de-fucking do. How many systems do we go on that are more than 30 feet? Almost all of them. So I'm still going to need refrigerant to add into these new systems. And I'm not going to have the fucking refrigerant to put into them. It's beyond frustrating. I don't have any problem around here getting 32, Jay. I could go buy a fucking pallet of R32 tomorrow if I wanted it. Yeah, I don't have a problem. I can walk into my local supply house, my local Johnstone, Ari Michael, Daikin, whatever it is, and I could buy R32, no problem. 454B, no. You got to go in there and suck somebody's dick, fucking get a rim job. You got to do something. Know somebody, sneak it out the back door. It's just fucking stupid. And it's hard to think that this bullshit's not planned. It really is. And I'm not trying to be some fucking conspiracy theorist, but the whole thing is bullshit. It really is. And I'm sorry this is not the brand topic we were supposed to be talking about, but it's why I was going to wait till the end. But yeah, the refrigerant stuff just really fucking pisses me off. Sorry, guys, trying to read some of your comments. Let me know in the comments if I'll open the phone lines, man. If any of you want to call in to talk about these topics, I'm more than happy to open the phone lines. If you guys want to call in, just let me know. Let me make sure that the phone is charged. So just let me know down in the comments if anybody wants to call in. I'll get the phone connected and you guys can call in and let me know your opinions on anything that we've talked about, whether it's brand, refrigerant, whatever it may be. Yeah, I know Daikin holds the patent on R32, but that's the same thing that, you know, what was it? Carrier had the patent on 410, the Puron or whatever, but they chose that. I almost feel like they didn't want to give it to Daikin. They didn't want it to be only one refrigerant. Yeah, right, Zeke. And then that's another thing. Oh, we're going to charge up to 30 feet. I know a lot of people saying that units are coming and don't have what the fuck they say that's in there. It says it has 8 pounds, 9 ounces, and there's no fucking way there's 8 pounds, 9 ounces in there. That's actually a good point. Fucking Modern Comfort, for all the audio people listening to this, says, hilarious. We have gas pipes coming into homes without any leak mitigation. But now We have a charge refrigerant system in a home and we need to leak mitigation. Yeah, it's all about paying the lawyers. Yeah, you ain't wrong, man. You ain't wrong. I'm going to put that on the broadcast so people can see it. You're not wrong. And all those leak mitigation things, they're all the same shit. There's probably one company that's making a few of those, and all the manufacturers using the same fucking ones. They're putting their name on it. Like I've seen the Carrier one, the Lennox one, it's the same fucking thing. Just one says Lennox. Sometimes the one says Carrier, sometimes it doesn't. It's a fucking clear thing on the front of it. So it's all the same shit. There's one company making all that fucking money. But hey, this is part of being blue collar though, right, man? What is up, Adam? Thanks for being in here, brother. Yeah, Zeke's saying they've had to add 2 to 4 pounds per train system. Like this is it's just it's bullshit. I just feel like but then the other part of me is like these manufacturers can't want it that way because it's only going to hurt them. Because I can't buy a system that I can't charge. I mean, so what do we do? Put these systems in and just fuck the homeowners? The business owner? Hey man, got the new system in, but it's not going to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, no, R54B, I'll smoke a cigarette with fucking sparklers coming out of my ass and nothing's going to happen. All right. It's bullshit. Definitely a money grab, but it's sad that there's a lot of this stuff. Like I said, there's nothing we can do. And I agree. I'm sick of the blend stuff. I really wish they would have just went to fucking R32. That would have been the standard. And hopefully we wouldn't be having that fucking problem right now with this stupid refrigerant stuff. So what's up, man? Nobody wants to call into the phone line? Nobody ever wants to call in and talk to me anymore, man. This is bullshit. I don't even need a podcast phone anymore. Hey, whatever. I'm just kidding. But yeah, the refrigerant stuff definitely fucking chaps my ass, man. It's infuriating. But I am of the mentality worry more about the solution than the problem. So the solution right now is we're trying to slang as much fucking Daikin as possible because I've got more than enough 32. And the Daikin fit systems, you can get a pretty efficient system for a decent price. So that's kind of been the option right now. We're still selling Carrier. Obviously, I'm not going to not sell it because we do have some R54B. But when it gets hot and heavy with 3 install teams rolling, we have 3 install teams here. I know that we're not going to be able to have enough. It's just, there's no way for that to happen. See, Mr. Jason Johnson. No, this is the no pants party. What is up, Mr. C. Young? Mr. Jason Johnson says train carrier York didn't want to go to Daikin to use the patent. They wanted to fuck with the price because they can get away with it. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Mr. Adams says, my company uses a Amanda Goodman R32. Thankfully, we haven't had any issues as of yet because besides the sensors, for whatever reason, the sensors have failed on 2 installs. Okay. Yeah, no, Adam, that's what we've offered. So we've been a good a Daikin dealer as well as a Carrier dealer myself at Carroll. And we've been selling more of the Daikin stuff for that reason. Attaboy. Pictures or it's not true. Phone line's going to be up. Just kidding. Don't be sending me pictures of your bare ass. I don't want to see that. Bum, 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 bum. anybody who just came in, we started off with this topic was originally about this show, but we always veer off. What the fuck? No Diddy oil. We weren't talking about that. Brand loyalty. So anybody new that's come in and you weren't here in the beginning, what are the brands that you're loyal to? Is it VETO? Is it Milwaukee, Dewalt? Is Chevy, Ford? Like, what are the brands that you are loyal to that is it? Hey, don't tell me to prove it, Froggy. I'll drop trail on this fucking camera. No pants. Belt's coming loose. God. I'm not shy, bro. You ain't got to tell me. I got to be careful. It's on YouTube. Get my video taken down. Show my twig and berries. Oh, it's all good, Adam. I sent you the one message back, man, when you were talking about the marketing stuff. If you let me know what you're currently doing, then I can try to tell you how to maneuver it or some other things that you should be adding. Tip your nice moose knuckle. Sorry, man. It was on the spot. I didn't fluff or anything. All right. I was looking over here, like I have the over on this monitor I have over here, I have the like control room inside YouTube Studio, and I was waiting as I did that for the whole fucking thing to be like, bah! Fucking libtards popping out. Oh my God, you can't do that. She, they, them. Guys, these are the shows that I like, man. I think I'm going to cancel a lot of shows, man. I think the ones where it's just me doing this, I got to make sure sometimes the interaction is good because it's better audio-wise, which is why I like the call-ins and stuff like that. But these shows are more fun to me when I do these than when I have some guest on. See, Mr. Modern Comfort says, I said I like Daikin for the warranty, but they also have decent training opportunities always going regionally or online. So that's a plus over other manufacturers in my area, at least. Yeah, I do think Daikin has done better. I think that even Goodman equipment per se wasn't necessarily bad equipment. When I was still at Beltway, we sold a lot of Goodman. We did have some issues. Those 16-seer two-stage systems, the ones that don't have the contactor, had nothing but fucking problems with them. You had to let those things run for 30 minutes. And if you didn't let it run for 30 minutes, then you could not check the refrigerant charge. Because I swear the thing would be running fucking perfect. You'd get to 30 minutes and all of a sudden it would go, and you're like, what the fuck? This thing's been running fine the whole time. They kept saying, oh, you got to put hard starts on it. I'm like, okay, well, who's paying for that? Because I'm not paying for it. And the homeowner just bought the system, so why do they got to pay for it? Are you going to give me free hard starts? Like, that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. And the reason that we stopped selling Goodman back then when I was there wasn't just that problem. I mean, that added on to it. We had some like tech support issues, but that was like the person, not the company, so to speak. You'd call that one tech support guy and he's like eating a fucking sandwich every time. He's like, and I'm like, hey, dude, can you stop chewing in my ear like a fucking cow while I'm trying to ask you a question? But they were signing up new dealers like constantly, and we were spending millions of dollars with them buying equipment, and like we couldn't get stuff, but they're signing up new dealers. So that was what turned me off. It wasn't really the equipment per se. But I do think they've made some strides since then, so I will say that. Come on, Sammy, start the conversation. What is your brand when it comes to work boots, huh? What are you? You a Brunt guy? You're a Brunt guy, aren't you, Sammy? Huh? You a Brunt guy? What's your boots, man? Timberland Pro, not bad, not bad. It's funny you brought it up because I'm surprised nobody brought boots up because that's normally like in my Facebook group, HVAC Uncensored Nation. There must be 9 million fucking what's the best pair of boots to get fucking post in there. I gotta disagree with you, Jay. Red Wings 10 years ago, yes, I would agree with you, but I think that they've kind of lost their luster as far as I'm concerned. It says it's not the equipment, it's the shoddy counter. Contractor doing the work, singing. Hold on, let me read this over here. It's not the equipment, it's the shoddy contractor doing the work, slinging in oversized equipment and undersized duct. Yeah, but that's all brands of equipment, though. Modern, to be honest with you. Goodman did get a bad name because for a while there, they were selling to anybody. And you had these people that didn't know what the fuck they were doing, putting in the equipment that wasn't right. And then obviously the homeowner is going to be like, oh, this equipment's a piece of shit. Well, it's not the equipment's fault that it wasn't installed right. You know, good friend, Mr. Ty Brandeman made an amazing post. And I love a video that he made that how important the install is, you know. We can always correct airflow issues after the fact. You know, if something may be electrical or something like that, we can sometimes correct after the fact. The vacuum, you can't. You fuck that up on the install, there's moisture in there. You know, now you got acid in the system that gets into the copper windings of the compressor. Like, you can't take that away. So those proper practices on an install are super important, and a lot of people don't get those right. And sizing, yeah, there's people that size things all the right. Size things wrong all the time. Yeah, man, I used to be a huge Red Wing guy. I loved them. Now, granted, I'm not in the field all the time, so I don't want to sit here and say that I am. So I don't know if I could go to Boots. I have an affiliation with Brunt. They sent me a bunch of stuff. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about them. The ones I had didn't really last, and I wasn't even in the field every day. And the one boots, they wouldn't bend. You know, if I tried to kneel down, I felt like I was going to break my fucking foot. I'm not in the field, but what are these? I forget what these are. Oh, they're Merrill. This is the second pair I've had of these boots, and I'm actually digging them. They're not steel toe. Then again, I'm running companies now. I'm not in the field every day. I still wear boots, and I've loved these. They're comfortable. I do put other inserts in them. I don't like the ones they come with, so I buy these new inserts and make them more comfortable. But I've been loving these. I don't know if anybody's tried these. But they're not steel toe, though. So if you're a steel toe person, then these are not the boots to get. But they are pretty comfortable for what I do in them. Damn, now I take my pants off. My fucking junk's all. Readjust myself. I'm getting neutered over here. How have your brunch been working out for you, Zeke? I've had a couple of pair, and I do like them. The ones that the boot style, I just didn't like when it went to bend, and that was with the composite toe. So maybe it was just that one. Composite toe, nice. Well, I think it was Brunt, the one composite toe that I had. Can't stand those white soles. Looks gay. Hey, don't say looks gay, all right? We don't know who's watching. Xbox versus PlayStation. That's a good one. I really don't care. I'm a PS5 person now, but I could play either or. I don't really care. I don't really play video games, to be honest. I have a PS5 that is mine that I bought for myself. My son has both of my kids have their own stuff. Both of my sons have their own stuff. One's more of a computer and has an Xbox. My oldest son Tyler has a PS5. My PS5, my daughters play more than I do. But yeah, no, that's true, Zeke. That's kind of the same thing with me. I mean, I am going out in the field here more lately, but I'm not in the field every day, so I wouldn't make that comparison. It wouldn't be fair. Exactly, Adam. No, I think they knew what you meant, Zeke. Which Red Wings are the ones that you're going for, Jay? That's if I even know them. I haven't. I used to get Red Wings back in the day. Haven't got ones in a while. I used to love I can go in there and get free laces. Hey, my laces are messed up, and you tell them what boot you had, and they just give you a free pair. Like, I used to love that. And I don't know, maybe it's the Red Wing store by me just sucks now, and that's why. Maybe you have an awesome store by you, because I know mine. I don't even know. I think it closed down, to be honest. I don't even know where it is now. Then again, I stopped. I wasn't really looking for them either. What? Nasty, there's a gas station that has an inseam mapping thing near your house? What are they doing, like free cock measuring at the gas station? What are you talking about, buddy? There you go. Sig makes a good gun. There you go. Personal carry. Got any concealed carry people in there? I know my man Zeke's always carrying a pew pew. I'm always carrying one myself. I don't go anywhere without packing something. I refuse to be a sheep. So you don't have to carry a gun if you don't want to, but I am. How's everyone's warranty on installs? We do 10-year parts and labor. So I am all for offering that, but that's not all I offer. I think it should be a buildup. I think based on what you sell. So just like anything, how you do a good, better, best, or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to be offering 10 years parts and labor on base equipment. So normally it's kind of like, all of them are going to have the 10-year parts warranty. I mean, that comes from the manufacturer, but I would say like 2, 5, 10 is kind of what I would offer based on certain products. You buy a premium product, you get a premium warranty. And if somebody wants to add the 10-year parts and labor, I'll let them add it, but I'm not going to include that into something. That's just kind of how I feel about it. There's a hole in the wall in the bathroom. Nice. Is that why you're changing your name on YouTube? Somebody find out who you were? uh, yeah, Zeke's got all kind of guns, man. Was hanging out with my man Zeke Saturday. Him and his lovely wife Monica had me, my mom, my daughters over. Had a good time. Had a blast hanging out with my buddy Zeke. How many of you carry in here? And if you carry, what do you carry if you haven't already said something? I know Zeke carries. Do you carry yours every day, Jay? I know C. Young said he carries a SIG. personal carry. Does anybody else carry? Like on a daily basis? I normally have my little, I actually don't have it in here, but I got to give credit to, so this VETO, the MB3, the sling bag, I actually got this idea from Mr. Kraus. So I keep my camera in here, and then normally this is where my gun's in here too. So I'll strap this over. Figure I'm staying on brand. If I'm going to be, if I'm going to wear a gay man bag, at least I'm on brand with what I do, and it stays in here. It's across my hip. Sometimes it's on my person, but a lot of times it's in here, so I can get to it quick. But it's not in there now. Blunderbuster. HKP 2000 subcompact. There you go. Mr. Derek Kinney, what is up, brother? Good to see you, my man. Well, good to see you in here. Obviously, I'm not seeing you, but seeing your name, good to have you in there. See, yeah, the SIG 365 Legion, that's the one I told you that I ordered before the first of the year, and then it got backed up, so I just took my deposit back, but now I'm regretting it. I do want one of those. I might still order that. That's a nice gun. It's a flintlock with a horn. Keep my black powder in. Yeah, I know. Thank God Monica rounded out to me. I actually have another one, Zeke. I got to go pick it up. I originally ordered it, and it went to my old address. So I got to meet Mr. Albert, my old neighbor who was my landlord there. I got to go pick it up. So I have another one, man. So when I go pick it up, if you want it, you can have it, dog. One of my techs, Rudy, might try to fight for it, but it's all good. You can have it if you want it. Fin 57 ammo. Yeah. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate you being here, brother. Thanks for coming, my man. Actually, we are getting close to an hour, so I'm probably going to start ending this show because I'm going to try to hit the gym if my son hasn't already left. Trying to get these guns up, man. Trying to get myself back in shape. Going to live the single life here. Divorced, separated, whatever you want to call it. Even though really getting in shape is back really for myself. I'm not really worried about a woman right now. I'm just happy that getting life in order just feels good to be back in shape, eat better, all that kind of stuff. And if anybody's asking, this is the natural color of my beard. I made a video, yesterday, the day before, with my gray ass beard. And then one of my buddies saw me and was like, "Did you dye your fucking beard?" I was like, "No. What are you talking about? This is natural." He's like, "Bullshit, that's natural." If I don't dye my fucking beard, man, my shit gets like Santa Claus white. It's bad. All right, we're going to end this. I want to end this before everybody that leaves. So to go back to the brand that we were talking about, all right? If you had to pick one brand that is your favorite out of any brand, it could be a car, a tool manufacturer, whether it's like Milwaukee, Klein, something like that. If you had to pick one of them, one brand, what would it be? Let's put it down in the comments. We're going to end the show that way. All right. The one brand, that is it. I don't care what brand it is. It can be anything. But what is your fucking one brand? It's non-negotiable. This is it. If that's the only one you could have, where you didn't have to choose, like that's your fucking brand. What is it? Durex. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. All right. Apple. Yeah, Zeke knows where to get the ammo. Sadly, I might be with you, Apple, too, because everything I have is Apple. I'm definitely an Apple fanboy. I'm so balls deep in Apple, I couldn't switch now if I wanted. All right, we got a VETO, Mopar. All right, we got a Dodge, Mopar or no car. There you go. There you go. Well, I'm driving a Dodge Ram now. You know, if you didn't see that earlier, I got a new 2023 Dodge Ram as my work truck. Coke, WWE. There you go. BBC. Nasty. Oh, WWE. I'm sorry. I thought you said BBC. My fault. GMC. Yeah, I know your buddy owns that dealership. If I go to get a personal truck, then I would probably do the GMC or the Dodge. If I bought one for myself. Charmin Extra Soft. There we go. Another brand. You can't cheap on the TP, man. Okay. Sorry. There's a lot of things that you can go budget on when you got a big household and you got to get groceries, but toilet paper is not one of them. You cannot be wiping your ass with the fucking, with sandpaper. It can't happen. Especially as a man, got a little fucking hair on your ass. You be getting fucking dingleberries, sores. It's just not good. You got to get good toilet paper. So as you guys are mentioning that, people listen to the audio. So the big thing about this is I want people to think about brand and think about your loyalty. Think about what you're really buying and why you're loyal. If you have a particular reason because of the function, I use this because of what I do, the functionality and the price and all that stuff makes sense. I just want you, don't get blinded by a brand because of what other people do, or I buy this brand because my friends like it, or because people like it. Buy what you buy because it's what you like. All right. That's what I want to have. That's the talk that I want to have about this brand loyalty thing is, some people are I want what's going to do the job and is convenient for me it also makes sense financially that I'm getting my bang for my buck. Don't be a sheep. Don't buy something because you think that's what you're supposed to buy. All right. Don't be afraid to go against the grain. And yeah, don't forget the Diddy oil in the words of Jason. Okay. But some of these comments. So that's what I'm talking about with don't have blind brand loyalty because of what you think you have to buy. People are starting businesses and, I got to sell Train. I got to sell Carrier. And that doesn't fucking matter. All right. So when it comes to these brands, have a reason that you're loyal to them, a reason to you and not just because. Make sure you're spending your hard-earned money on products because you believe in it. For whatever reason. Sometimes your reasons might be bullshit, but guess what? They're your fucking reasons and just have them is what I'm trying to say. When I hear some people say, and they're like, I'm a Milwaukee guy. Oh, that's cool, man. Why you buy Milwaukee? Because I like red. And I'm like, you're a fucking moron. Like, really? Like, that's why you buy, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I hear that and I just think it's fucking stupid. So I thought it'd be a good conversation. I'm glad that everybody had, interacted tonight, talking about some different things. Hence why I bought Testo. Fed's coming after us, looking for the Diddy oil. That's hilarious. Thank you guys so much in the live show tonight. I appreciate you guys for being so active, man. I love these shows where it's just me. I really do, to be able to have these conversations. I guess I just want to make sure the audio version translates. Like I said, the audio podcast is what pays the bills around here. These next couple of weeks, man, I will start doing more, podcasts, just me. If some of you guys wouldn't mind calling in, just giving feedback on whatever topic it is. I think it's just going to help the audio portion of the podcast. Otherwise, I'm going to have to keep guests. And then I can start to do hangouts that are more like this, where the audio doesn't matter. But got to make sure the audio is there. That's what pays the bills. That's why sometimes I have guests that talk about certain topics that sometimes you guys in the live show aren't huge fans of, but people listen to it. And that's, it's kind of a business. I got to make sure that people are downloading the podcast, or guess what? People don't pay me. So that's how that got to work. Always just keeping it transparent, always keeping it real with you. So letting you know what's going. Black and yellow. Oh, geez. It looks like Steeler colors. Stop it, Jason. I don't want to take your fucking moderator status away. Yeah, man, we're going to close this out, man. Thank you guys so much for the amazing show tonight. I always appreciate all of my friends that are in here every week supporting the show. Appreciate my moderators, Mr. Jason Johnson, Mr. Zeke Warner in here tonight. My buddy, Mr. HVAC rookie Scott, had to work late tonight, so he messaged me and let me know. Normally, Scott is always here. It's awesome to see some of the names I don't see all the time that are in here. Mr. Derek Kinney used to watch my videos like a long time ago, so to see him in here tonight is absolutely fucking awesome. But seeing some of just the same people all the time, I absolutely love. Mr. C. Young, Nasty, who is now Joe's twin's brother, Mr. Sam Andrew, seeing people that I know that are in here all the night. East Coast was in here, all those people that are in here all the time. Obviously, my moderators, Zeke and Jason as well. I appreciate you guys for being here every Wednesday. I look forward to talking with you guys. It means a lot to me. So I appreciate you guys finally getting back on track. And shit was all in my garage. So all of the prizes and packages I finally have pulled out. So getting there. Okay. It's getting there. All right. So I got you guys. We're slowly getting there. I have all the stuff. I promise you, I'm not a crackhead. I'm not, pawning shit or like that. Selling it on, for fucking surgeries and stop. I won't go back down that road. We've come too far. I'm not going to say that. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm going to leave it alone. But let's close this out, baby. Guys, remember to keep your head on a swivel, all right? When you're out there driving, whatever it may be, please I want you to make it home the same way you left, all right? It's a crazy world that we live in. Make sure the breaker's turned off. Be careful around the metal. Be careful on the ladder. Pay attention with the other drivers on the road. Don't be texting and driving. Just please be careful, all right? Like I always say, I want each and every one of you to make it home the same way that you left. Do the little things. Set yourself apart from the next guy or girl, all right? Keep trying to be the best version of you. Set yourself apart. Keep trying to be better at what you do. 25 years in this trade and I'm pretty good at what I do. Well, guess what? I still keep learning. You have to keep learning. There's no such thing as just reaching the pinnacle and you're done. It's not true. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. There's no such thing as staying the same. All right. Listen to a podcast, read a book, an online course, whatever it is. Keep trying to be the best version of you. All right. Give back to people, give back to the trade, do the little things, give a shit to other people. If you know more than somebody else, try to give back to somebody else. That's how we can impact this trade. One person at a time. Try to help show them something, teach them something. I know it takes time, but that's how you can truly give back to the trade that you love. All right? Care about people. If you see somebody you work with, they work for you or with you, and they're always on time, and now you see they're late, and they're late, and they're late. Ask them what's up. Maybe that person needs somebody to ask them that question because they're going through something in life, all right? Just give a shit, be a good person. Spread positivity, man. You put positivity out, you get positivity back. And I'm sorry, I firmly believe that, and nobody's ever going to change my mind, all right? I should have said this before. Make sure you like and follow the podcast on all social media sites to stay up to date on what I got going on. But with that being said, man, I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay safe out there. And until next week, I'll talk to you mofos later, all right? Peace.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or email us anytime at hvacuncensored@gmail.com. Now, get back to work. Shut this down. The views and opinions shared on the HVAC Uncensored Podcast may not necessarily be the views and opinions of our sponsors or guests.